Ladies and gentlemen, just 2 hours ago, I got a little hungry. And I went out, I left my house, got into my car, and took a little drive down the road. What I was trying to find was some food nearby that I could eat. I did. I found that. 2 miles away, almost 2 miles. To the left of me was this pizza place. A little small business owner. On this pizza place were a bunch of signs hung up. They said something along the lines of this: Trump 2024. Take America back. Of course, we can infer what that means about this business owner. Trump 2024. Of course, they want Trump re-elected. They want Trump back. What else do they probably believe about him? Well, hanging up a sign that says Take America Back is probably a good indicator that you believe that the election of 2020 was a fraud and that President Biden is not the president currently. They believe the same dangerous rhetoric that led to the 2021 January 6th riots at the Capitol. So, I've made plenty of statements in the past about how Trump is a fascist, how his little goons are also fascists. But what did I do? Well, I decided to go into that place because it was nearby and it was convenient, and I bought myself a fascist pizza. This bigoted pizza is okay. Probably wasn't worth my morals. But that's what I did. I think many people on the left would say they wouldn't do that. Well, here's the thing. Where I live, it makes you a little more cynical. I live in a small East Tennessee county where 90% of the population voted for Donald Trump. 90% of my county voted for Donald Trump. That means almost everywhere I go, and especially every small business owner, is a Trump supporter. The money I spend in this county, no matter if they flaunt those values or not, if they virtue signal with those signs on their buildings or not, the money I spend at small businesses most likely go to Trump supporters. Those flags, those are waved everywhere. People still have Trump 2020 signs hanging in their yard. People still have Trump 2020 banners carried on their car. I'm probably one of the only individuals who, for God knows why, and I apparently don't care about my safety, have a Antifa flag on my car. But it's a free country, right? I should be able to do that. So, why did I go buy fascist pizza? Well, one is cognitive dissonance. I'm a little cognitive. I truly try to separate. I not intentionally. I separate some of my values and my actions out of straight up pure cognitive dissonance. It's that simple. I recognize, and I still truly do believe, that Trump is a fascist, dangerous to American democracy. Yet, I acted otherwise. Another one is cynicism. Well, that dissonance. Let's go on to that. Maybe I believe, and some part of me wants to believe this, that this business owner will change their mind in 2024. They'll come to their senses and realize all the wrongs. And they'll vote for someone else. Someone who isn't as dangerous to American democracy. I also believe, in some sense, and some convoluted hope, that maybe they don't truly believe everything that Trump says. They are just a working class person. I mean, it's a small business. They're not probably rich, but they believe hard work should get them somewhere. And they have those traditional Republican values of work and worth. And thus, Trump has answered those. Maybe in his free time, he does condemn Trump's actions, and in 2024, he'll turn around and vote for someone else. Those are little hopes that I have, though I think objectively I know they're not true. Again, I've said before, they virtue signal. In most places in this county, I've spent money on someone who supports Trump. So So here's the thing. It's the cynicism. Again, I live in a county where 90% of the population voted for Trump. Those flags, that imagery isn't going to hurt that business owner. Me sticking to my civil disobedience values wasn't going to hurt them. Now, I didn't think of all this when I shopped. I thought of this post shopping there. Because seeing Trump people all around and all the businesses isn't unusual. But here's what the important point I want to make. This is how prevalent and how acceptable it is to be a fascist in the United States. If you have a Trump sign, if you display the flag of an individual who prompted what you could call an insurrection on the U.S. Capitol, and that's okay in your community, then how much are Americans willing to accept? Seems pro-fascist to me. This is how acceptable it is to support Trump. And those flags right there at that business will remain probably after Trump says a lot of dumb shit. So, we've went over this article recently. Trump calls for the biggest protests we have ever had in D.C. and other cities, and if prosecutors investigating him do anything illegal. Goes on to quote how we want massive protests in the country. The rhetoric has not died down, ladies and gentlemen. It's still there, and it's still visceral. That's the thing. It's not died down. Those flags at that business are going to keep hanging. And that's the thing that you want to watch. How long will they keep hanging? What does Trump have to say to get them taken down? And that's the ultimate social experiment for the United States right now. How fascist does someone have to go before people stop supporting the man? How fascist does someone have to go for people like me who are even aware cognitively of the dangers this man poses to the United States to stop buying fascist freaking pizza? So do we care? Just like me, I'm aware. And again, I have that same value, that same sentiment. That's so hard to break. It can never happen here. Not in my generation, not in my time, not in the United States. But here we are. I know better. I'm seeing the signs. And I'm sitting back and I'm thinking, that pizza looks good. Now, of course, if those were swastikas hanging there, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't buy from there. Of course not. But does it take a swastika to get me to not buy a damn pizza? Is that what it takes? Does it take a swastika? Does it take Trump to vocally say, yes, Hitler was right? There goes any monetization this video ever hopefully had. Does it take Trump to say that before those flags come down from his building? What does it take to get those flags to come down? What does it take to socially isolate Trumpism? What does it take? Because I don't know what it is. But what I do know is that a lot of the United States is just minding it as if it was normal. And so am I. And it will come back to bite us 2024, I think. There's just a little commentary on that. It's a little thing I thought about. I think it's interesting. I'll try not to buy fascist pizza anymore. I think that's a New Year's goal. So, just something to think about. Either way, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.